what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show. Oh, hey. Hey, kids. Welcome to the Big Daddy G Show. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. Tonight we got kind of a serious show for you tonight. Hold on a second. I need a little medicine. Tonight's episode is about bullying and people that bully other people. But I want to send a shout out to Crown Royal. I don't know if Tyrone can get a close-up of my flask that Crown Royal sent me. Can you do a close-up? It says Crown Royal on it. Okay. So anyway, thank you, Crown Royal, for the flask. My other flask, my silver flask, I guess the alcohol ate through it. So, because it started leaking on the bottom. So, anyway, thank you, Brown Joyal. I'm sorry, I can't say Crown Royal, so I'll say Brown Joyal. Thank you. Anyway, tonight's episode is about bullying. About a year ago, there was a film on YouTube that what happened was that some kid was being bullied by this younger kid. Now, the older kid was like 15, and the younger kid was like 12. And the little kid that was 12 was bullying the 15-year-old. And the 15-year-old was kind of a little chunky kid, kind of a loner type thing. And he ends up picking on him. And I guess what happened was the 15-year-old just snapped. And when he snapped, well, you're gonna see the episode or the little short film, and if I'm sure if you haven't seen it, it's really a cool film. And what I did was I found a film on YouTube where they asked kids how they felt about this particular film, and what we'd like to do, if the clip is queued up, I'd like to go ahead and show you guys the film, and then we're going to talk a little bit about it afterwards. But the first clip we're going to show you, it's about 8 minutes, something like that. And please watch it, because it's really it's a really powerful little film. And that's why I wanted to share it with you, because I thought it would be really cool. So anyway, we're not going to cuss on this episode, so if you want to show it to your kids, nephews, nieces, whatever, please go ahead and do that. So Tyrone, with no further ado, could you please show that clip?
That's bad. Garbage it does. Well, this is getting sad, bro. This can't be good. Hey guys, just keep recording.
Oh, jeez. Oh my God.
That was bad.
That was some pretty serious bullying.
So you talked about what's happening in the video?
Bullying?
This little short kid was bullying this big kid.
He kept punching him, and then the dude finally said, "Okay, I'm done with you," and he picked him up, just threw him down.
Boom, like that. That was scary. Oh my God, that was good self-defense, but still.
That's very inspirational, like, for people who have bullies and they watch this video.
What about the kid that was filming it?
Terrible. Why did they videotape it? They think it's cool and that it's funny and that, ooh, I'm gonna get millions of views off this.
So the story was the bigger kid was being bullied for a while by the smaller kid, and this was the first time he ever fought back. Do you think it's good that he did?
No.
No?
Not really.
Well, yeah.
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 It's kind of a trick question.
Why is it good?
Because he needed to defend himself.
Because if this kid punches him, he has the right to punch him 10 times harder.
I think a kid should be able to fight back if somebody is really not stopping and not leaving them alone.
I think you actually should fight back, and if it doesn't work fighting back, maybe, I know this is huge, but transfer schools.
And why do you think that he shouldn't fight back?
He's supposed to tell a teacher. I mean, tell the principal, tell someone.
Because then now they're both at fault. But if he got an adult, it would have been just the other guy at fault.
Because if you fight back, then you're also kind of a bully because you're hurting him, he's hurting you.
And what is bullying?
It's a terrible thing.
It's a very bad thing. There's a lot of it right now.
Punch, kick, smack, Reggie.
Look at this kid. Look at the shirt he's wearing. Look at his shoes. And they like make fun of your clothes and how you look.
A thing that people do to you when you're weak, not strong, and when you're littler than them.
They try to make you feel less about yourself so they can feel better about themselves.
Why do you think that people become bullies?
They were just born mean. People are just mean, hard-headed.
I mean, it's crazy, but people think that they could become more popular by picking on kids at a lower level than they are.
Because maybe they used to be bullied.
Sometimes, like, they come from broken homes.
Here's the kid with nobody to talk to, and he just thinks he could roam free and do whatever he wants. There's nobody there to tell them that it's wrong, except for the teachers who don't even see them that much.
Have you ever been bullied?
I've gotten bullied before. I have.
Not physically, but yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
One time these 6th graders picked on me. Every time someone says something bad to me, now I just say, oh, thanks, you too, have a nice day. And I walk away and they're all like, wait, what?
When I was in the 3rd grade, there was this kid, and he was like really picking on me just because, I don't know why. It just amused him for some reason to, you know, like call me names and just push me around. He like kind of like hit me, and then I punched him right in the face and knocked him out. It took me a year to do it. So I endured a year of constant pain.
If this was happening at your school in the video and you came across it, what do you think you would have done?
Yell at them, say stop, get a teacher.
I would have gone in between them and said, stop, you guys stop. Seriously, this doesn't need to happen.
I will try to stop it, or I go tell the teacher. People can call me a tattletale, but I'm actually trying to stop it.
What do other kids do usually when they see other kids being bullied?
Get out their phones and start recording.
Some people don't even do anything.
A lot of kids just stand there and think it's amusing, like it's a real life movie or something.
Run away or go get a teacher if they're brave enough.
Why is that a brave thing?
Because then if they don't get expelled, they can always come back and start bullying you.
Bystanders who just like stayed there, they're actually bullying them too because they're not going to get help.
You've heard of cyberbullying.
Yeah.
And what is that?
The modern version of bullying.
Bullying people through typing.
It's more verbal, but people don't realize that verbal is actually bigger. It could be bigger than actually fighting.
There could be the nicest person in the world, and online he could be the meanest person because online you're completely anonymous.
Pretend I'm on Facebook and someone calls me something bad like, you're ugly. If you know anyone from any other state, they're gonna find out too, and then they're gonna tell their friends, and then their friends are gonna tell their friends. It's like a virus spreading across the world.
You post like maybe one of their secrets and you make them depressed, and that's how a lot of kids commit suicide.
How can you help stop cyberbullying?
Parents should be making sure you're not on Facebook messaging people, hey, I hate you, I want to kill you, and all this stuff.
Most of the parents don't even know that they're doing it.
The adult's downstairs cooking dinner, and you're upstairs doing all of this bad stuff, and they don't ever find out about it.
And is that the same as regular bullying? Is it worse? Is it better?
It's actually kind of worse.
One tease eventually goes away. Cyberbullying, it never goes off the internet, and it's continuous throughout the rest of time.
If you bully them there and someplace else, it just makes them feel like they can't get away from it.
What does your school do to educate you guys about bullying?
Assemblies. There was an assembly last year. Everyone was crying after it because it was so, like, powerful, but nobody got the message.
We've had a paper that we had to sign to make sure that that if we bullied, we'd have punishment for it.
And does that work?
No.
So all we really need to do is use our cool tools.
What are cool tools?
I don't like it when you punch me. Oh, okay, let's make up. And they think that's just how it works.
What more do you think schools should be doing to stop bullying?
Some really strict person can tell them to stop.
Maybe come to our classes and talk to us individually.
You get 3 warnings. First warning, you get detention or something. Second, get suspended, and third, yes, expulsion or something.
They should have cameras looking at security guard, maybe teachers coming out during recess and lunch.
Talk to the parents. If they're the parent of the bully, they can stop it.
I would hope that they would talk to them about it and not just go, okay, we'll keep an eye on him, because that's not gonna, they don't have an extra eye to watch someone or something.
I'd have to think about it for a while because I don't know if there's anything they could really do besides add 100 more aides and watch every single kid in the school.
So what ended up happening here was the school suspended the bully for 21 days and suspended the kid being bullied for 4 days. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think the kid that was bullying the other kid maybe should have been expelled or suspended a little longer.
One less bully is one less more bullies, because you know what? Bullies can cause bullies.
They suspended him for 21 days. Is that enough? Adults get sent to jail just for that, but kids, they only get off of school for a couple of days. I think they should maybe be sent to juvie for a couple of months.
And do you think bullying will ever completely go away?
Hopefully, yes, but I don't know.
I don't think so. No.
Because there's war and stuff. War takes 1,000 men. That's basically bullying.
What would you say to the kid that was getting picked on if you could talk to him?
Good job, rather than just sitting there and being bullied. Good job.
Do not fight back, okay? Okay?
Next time that happens, call me. You know, I'll help you out.
And what do you want to say to all the bullies of the world?
Why? That's all I have to say. Why?
People who bully, don't do it anymore.
If you have problems, you need to solve them.
Why do you want to hurt someone so bad? What if you were them?
Family might be dysfunctional, but everything should be okay when you go to school. That should be your happy place. You shouldn't be picking on other people.
Violence is never the answer.
Just treat people like you want to be treated.
Do not do it. You are bad. Terrible. I cannot even look at you.
So this is the first part, or the first little film that we showed you. I know that some of y'all saw that video when it came out, and I guess it was more than a year ago. Ha! But I just saw it like a year ago, so I guess it happened 5 years ago, 4 years ago. But anyways, it's a really cool... I don't condone violence of any kind. I don't like any kind of violence. I agree with the girl that said, you know, at the very end, she said, you know, you got to get help. You got to talk to your mom, your dad, or a teacher or something, or tell somebody that somebody is bullying you so that they know. And, you know, because if you don't tell anybody, it's just going to continue. And then, like that little guy, that little chunky guy, he just snapped, you know, and he really could have hurt that kid really bad. And luckily, the kid only, you know, hurt his ankle a little bit and got a scrape on his knee. This other clip that we're going to show you is the interview of the little kid, the 12-year-old, who was picking on the 15-year-old. And as soon as they get that ready, I'll have Tyrone let me know. And you're going to see the interview of the little 12-year-old kid, and you know, how he felt about it and stuff. And again, you know, I guess the parents didn't have a talk with him or didn't sit him down and talk to him, or I don't know. You got to watch it because you're not going to believe this. So Tyrone, whenever you're ready.
Well, tonight he speaks publicly for the first time and apologises for what he did. But Richard also claims he's as much a victim as Casey is. James Thomas has this exclusive report.
Because I don't want to see you hurt or anybody else hurt for that matter.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too.
In the middle of a supportive phone call from his mum, it's clear that Richard Gale is a young boy under a lot of pressure.
Sorry, mate. Is this too much for you?
No. It's just the way Mom says things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did she say?
She wants me to succeed in life and stuff.
Meeting 12-year-old Richard Gale, it's hard not to feel sorry for him. He is just a kid. But around Australia, in fact around the world, Richard has little support. In some cases, he is hated because this is what he did to 16-year-old Casey Haynes.
He just came up out of nowhere and grabbed me by the shirt. And then he punched me in the face.
Then I hit him again, and like he must know some kind of fighting sport because he blocked me really quick. And then that's when I started punching him in the stomach.
And look at that, who's that in the background? And then I actually snapped and grabbed him, picked him up off the ground, threw him to the ground in self-defense.
Thanks to this video, Casey has become a hero, the boy who stood up to a bully and triumphed.
I was just looking at him. I wasn't really thinking. I was just like, yay, finally, it's over.
As for Richard, he doesn't deny his role as the villain in this drama.
I was pretty angry, and like I just wanted to smash him.
But Richard claims that 40 seconds of vision that has gone around the world doesn't show the whole story.
He abused me first.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he say to you?
It's like, oh, get the class sheet here, all that kind of stuff.
And you didn't say anything to him?
No.
It's not seen on the video, but Richard claims that he was hit by Casey first.
But everyone thinks that he was bullied by you.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to say, to make everyone stick up for him. But yeah, he mouthed off at me first, so then pushed me, so then ran.
It's a different picture to the one told by Casey.
Lonely. I was all alone. That's how the easy target came along.
But still, you went down and you hit him just because he taunted you. I mean, why couldn't you just ignore that?
I don't know, he just kind of made me angry. So, yeah, went down and hit him.
Do you think you might have an anger problem?
No.
I know Richard's no angel. That, you know, this is out of character for him, really, to do what he did.
Peter Gale is Richard's father. He doesn't condone his son's actions, but does believe that there is more to this fight than the video the world has seen.
There's things there behind the scene that didn't come out, but I'd just like it to come out.
With reams of vitriol streaming from the World Wide Web towards his son, Peter is worried.
There's things I've seen on the internet, right, and people have shown me. And apparently when Casey goes back, the other people want to start on him, and all I'm going to say, stop. I've had enough. It's not just Richard, it's Casey. Because they're both going to get picked. And all I'm saying to those people, don't do it. Leave him and Richard alone.
People around the world have championed the cause of Casey. Meanwhile, Richard and his family have been demonised.
How hard has this been on you?
Very hard. Unbelievable.
Do you take responsibility for your son's actions?
I do in a way, because like I said, it's been, not making excuses, but it's been hard for me. I've been trying to do the right thing by him and teach him the right ways.
A single dad, Pete says he's finding it hard. His estranged partner and Richard's mother is also feeling the pressure.
I was shocked that it was my son that had actually hurt somebody else like that. And then for the guy to retaliate, I was just in shock that my son could have been a paraplegic out of it, for starters. But hey, if you're going to throw punches at people, some people are going to retaliate.
Tina Gale wants Casey's family to know that she is sorry for her son's actions. She hopes her son is too.
I would like him to apologise, yes.
Are you sorry?
No.
Why not?
Oh, yes.
Some sideline coaching from an embarrassed father has Richard a little confused.
Okay, so your dad's pretty keen for you to be sorry, but
Yeah.
you're not really sorry at this stage. Why not?
Because he started on me first.
Richard reveals, ironically, that he has also been bullied most of his life. He says he snapped and overreacted to Casey's taunts after years of being bullied himself.
I got bullied at primary school. And then I always used to get teased, so I just snap like that now. So yeah, when people say stuff, I just chase them and then hit them and stuff.
Do you understand that by you hitting that big boy, he might have been feeling exactly like you're feeling now?
Yeah.
A bit upset and sad and scared and worried?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that you hate feeling that way so much and then you do it to someone else.
Reflecting on the fact that he and Casey may have a lot in common, remorse started to creep into Richard's veins.
Sorry that I picked on him, and I didn't know that he's been bullied his whole school life. And yeah, that's about it.
It's been a crash course in growing up for Richard, but he is now sure he's learnt his lesson and reckons that he could teach his mates a thing or two.
Don't bully because you end up getting hurt bad.
Will you bully again?
Most probably not.
It wasn't unequivocal, but Richard's dad, Peter, hopes that it's a step in the right direction.
Get them back to the same school, be friends, and leave it that.
You have it. The little guy, saying that he's not really sorry for what happened. I didn't buy his story. I don't know if you guys did or not, but I didn't buy his story. I was telling our stage manager, Mr. O'Brien, Aaron O'Brien, that, if that was my kid, I would have whooped his behind had I found out that he was bullying somebody. There was this other film. I watched a bunch of films and trying to find, some that I wanted to share with you guys for this particular episode. And there was this other film that I thought was really, really cool, and I'll get to it in a second. When I was a kid, when I was in elementary school, I got bullied, and luckily I had my older brother Gary. I've talked about him before. My brother Gary would take care of some of the problems that I was having. But when he wasn't around, I figured, because he was older than me, and so from elementary school, he went on to junior high. And so then all of a sudden I found myself, in elementary school all by myself. And so I thought to myself, I said, well, what can I do? What can I do? Because a lot of times, I wasn't a bad person. I wasn't a bad kid or anything. I wasn't, bullying anybody. I wasn't, I just pretty much kept to myself, and I, did my work, and I didn't, I didn't want to bother anybody, and I didn't want nobody bothering me, and, that type thing. So anyway, I realized when my brother Gary moved on to junior high that I was going to need some help. What am I going to do, And so what I did was I ended up finding the biggest guys in the school, even though they were older than me. I befriended them. And so whenever we'd go out to the playground, for recess, which I think we used to get like an hour for recess. And I think nowadays they don't even get recess, if I remember correctly. Or the kids do get recess. I think it's only like 5 minutes. But anyway, whenever we'd go out to recess, I would have all my big friends. One of them was Ricky, and the other one was Robert. I think Ricky's last name, I don't remember Ricky's last name, but Robert Flores, I remember him. And Ricky was big. I mean, this was a big guy. And he was really big for being in elementary school. I remember one time we had gotten in trouble, and we were just being the class clowns type thing. And what happened was that Ricky got caught. I didn't get caught, but Ricky got caught. And so this is how big Ricky was. He was like a football player size, and we were like in the 4th grade. And so the teacher, Mr. Varial, I still remember his name, Mr. Varial, they used to have these pointer sticks. They were pretty big. I don't know how I can do this like that. They were pretty thick. And the teachers would point, at the the chalkboard. with it, you know. And now they have lasers, but back then they had, you know, these pointer sticks. Well, anyway, Ricky got caught, and so, you know, back then the teachers could spank you. And so Mr. Varial had Ricky go up to the desk, put his hands on the desk, and he spanked him with that stick. And he hit him so hard, and Ricky was, you know, Ricky was just as hard as that damn stick. And he broke the stick on Ricky. And this is like a thick, like a pull cue type thick stick. And so he broke it on his behind. And Ricky, nothing, you know. It was like nothing to him, you know. And so anyway, the other film that we don't have it because I wanted to be able to talk to you guys about the, you know, about the two clips that we showed you. And look how this evaporated. Wow. Anyway, so I wanted to talk to you guys about, you know, the bullying that I went through and what I did, you know, which was to get the biggest guys in the school to be my friends. So anyway, this other clip that we had, we don't have it, but I want to tell you a little bit about it. It's this little kid that was growing his hair out. And the kids at school were giving him a hard time, telling him that he looked like a girl and that, you know, what are you trying to become a girl and da-da-da-da-da. And the poor kid, they just terrorized him. And there was 4 or 5 of these kids that were beating up on this poor little guy. And his dad said, you know what I think we should do? He said, I think we should do a video and put the video out there so that people can understand, you know, that there's bullying going on, that you're being bullied. And maybe the other kids' parents will see it, you know. At least the dad did something. Instead of doing nothing, he did something. So they shot this little film, and the little boy had about this. His hair was down to almost his shoulders, and the dad said, "Tell me why these kids are bullying you?" And he said, "They're bullying me because my hair's long." And he said, "Well, what are they saying, or what are they doing?" And he said, "Well, they're saying that, you know, what am I, a girl, or do I want to be a girl?" And la 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 la. And so the dad said, "Well, why are you growing your hair so long?" And he said, "Because I want to donate it to kids with cancer." And it just stopped. You know, everything just stopped. And I hope that those kids that were picking on that poor little kid saw that video, and I hope that, you know, they realized that what they were doing was wrong. So anyway, a lot of times people do stuff and you don't understand why they're doing it, and you might think that it's a bad thing, you know, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, had those kids said, "Why are you growing your hair out so long?" instead of just picking on the poor kid, you know, it could have all been settled. So anyway, that's pretty much our show tonight. You know, if you have a kid that's a bully, you know, and you don't put an end to it now, it's going to continue. And then your kid's going to end up in jail because he's going to hurt somebody really bad. So if you've got a kid that's a bully, or if you think he's a bully, and if you think your kid is being bullied, you need to talk to your kids, you know, because they don't want your money. They want your time. And so just spend some time with your kids. Now, next week, we're going to channel John Lennon, from what I understand, next week. So until next week, we'll see you. And we love Austin, Texas. And Viva Mexico! Ow! Hi-ho, what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show.
Can we all just get up on the Big Daddy G Show? Yeah, man.
Why clean your room when you can do some shrooms? The Big Daddy G Show.
Hi-ho, what do you know? The Big Daddy G Show. The Big Daddy G Show.